Airlines watched every expose video, every Reddit thread, every viral post breaking down their sneaky fees and hidden traps, and then they upgraded. What I'm about to walk you through are not the tricks you already know about. These are newer, quieter, and honestly, a lot more calculated than what came before. 7 of them, added or heavily expanded in 2026, all designed around one core assumption that you won't know they exist until it's too late to do anything about it. And by the end of this video, you will be the most prepared person at that airport. Let's start with one that sounds small, but has genuinely cost people their flights. When your gate changes, the airline logs it in their system immediately, but the notification that hits your phone, that arrives 4 to 7 minutes later. For most travelers, that gap is annoying, but manageable. But for anyone who is mobility limited, traveling with young kids, or just grabbed a coffee 2 terminals away, that 4 to 7 minute delay is the entire window they needed to make it to the new gate on time. And here is what makes this feel less like a tech glitch and more like a system. Airlines know the gap exists. It has been flagged. It has not been fixed. My tip is genuinely simple. Download FlightAware or a similar real-time tracking app and set it to your flight number before you leave for the airport. These apps pull gate data directly from airport systems, faster than airline apps do. Okay, this one is going to make you look at the seat map very differently next time you book. You go to pick your seat. The aisle seats are unavailable, grayed out, blocked, gone. So you either pay for a preferred seat or you settle for a middle. And then, almost exactly 24 hours before departure, those aisle seats suddenly appear. For a fee. The scarcity was manufactured. The seats were never sold. They were held back, specifically to create pressure and then monetize the panic of passengers who just want to sit somewhere reasonable on a 3-hour flight. The move here, screenshot the seat map the moment you book, then check it again at the 24-hour mark. If seats that were unavailable are suddenly available for a price, you have your answer. Use that 24-hour check-in window to grab whatever opened up before paying a cent for it. Your flight gets significantly delayed. The gate agent walks over, helpful, sympathetic, and offers you a travel voucher. It feels like they are doing you a favor. They are not doing you a favor. A 2024 Department of Transportation rule says that for cancellations and significant delays, airlines are required to give you a cash refund, back to your original payment method. No forms, no waiting, no vouchers. But if you accept that voucher in the moment, verbally or by signing anything, you may have just waived your right to the cash. So when a delay hits and someone offers you a voucher, the words you need are,
"I'd like a cash refund under the DOT automatic refund rule."
Say it calmly. Say it clearly. You are entitled to it. They are counting on you not knowing that. Here is one where airlines get full marks for audacity. Overhead bin space has been shrinking. That is a documented, measurable fact across multiple major carriers over the last several years. Bins got smaller, carry-on policies got stricter, and more bags got forced to gate check. And then, right as passengers started feeling genuine anxiety about whether their bag would fit, airlines rolled out priority boarding. For a fee. So you could board early enough to actually find overhead space. They engineered the problem. Then, they sold you the solution. Now, I am not saying never buy priority boarding. Sometimes it genuinely makes sense, especially on full flights. But know what you are actually paying for. You are paying to solve a problem the airline created on purpose. At least go in with your eyes open. Quick one, but it adds up fast, especially if you book multiple trips a year. Travel insurance is now pre-checked at checkout on most major booking platforms. You have to actively uncheck it, and the default coverage being offered? A huge percentage of travel credit cards already include it automatically. Delayed baggage, trip cancellation, emergency medical. A lot of cards, Chase Sapphire, Amex Platinum, Capital One Venture cover these things as a card benefit when you book travel on that card. Before your next trip, Spend 5 minutes looking at your credit card's travel benefits page. Not the marketing summary, the actual benefits guide. You might already be covered for things you have been paying extra for at checkout every single time. This one works in slow motion, which is exactly why it works so well. Airlines quietly raise the number of miles needed to redeem a flight. No announcement, no email. The rate just changes on a page most people never check, and the miles sitting in your account silently become worth less overnight. Delta, United, and American have all adjusted redemption rates multiple times in the last 2 years. A flight that cost 25,000 miles last January might cost 35,000 today. Same flight, same route. The move. If you have miles sitting in an account, check their current value right now. Use a site like the Points Guy to see what your miles are actually worth in real dollars today. And if you have been sitting on a big balance, waiting for the perfect redemption, that balance may not go as far as you think. Last one. And this might be the most important one on the entire list. Your flight gets canceled. The airline offers to rebook you free of charge. It sounds like the right move. You accept, you get put on the next available flight, and you move on. But here is what nobody tells you. Accepting that complimentary rebook can legally waive your right to a full cash refund. Under DOT rules, a cancellation entitles you to your money back, not a future flight. Your actual money. But once you accept the rebook, especially if you confirm it without asking about your refund option first, you have potentially given up that right. So the next time a cancellation happens, before you accept anything, ask one question.
Am I still entitled to a full cash refund under the DOT cancellation policy?
If the answer is yes and you would rather have the money back, that is your legal right. They will not volunteer that information. You have to ask.
You're standing at the priority gate. Bags ready, first in line, proud of that priority status. Stop. That decision could cost you more than you think. Airlines didn't create senior boarding perks for your comfort. They created them to keep you trapped in a seat for 40 extra minutes. That's 40 minutes of restricted circulation. Airlines have built an entire system around senior compliance, and most travelers over 60 walk right into it every single flight. But not after today. These are 10 airport traps specifically designed to catch you off guard. Mistake number 1, rushing to board. You think Group 1 wins the bin space war, but have you heard the new sound of American airports? American and United have installed sensors that scream at you if you scan before your group is called. But here's the real secret. As soon as your ticket scans, the airline stops their delay clock. They trap you in the jet bridge, a freezing, unventilated tunnel, for 20 minutes just to pad their on-time stats. Sit down, let the lice fight. Board last. The plane literally cannot leave without you once you check in. If they delay you for 4 hours, they will hand you a $15 digital food voucher. Do not click accept yet. In 2026, airlines are sneaking a settlement clause into the terms and conditions of that $15 sandwich. By accepting the voucher, you might be digitally signing away your right to the $650 cash compensation under EU Regulation 261 or the new US DOT refund rules. Ask the agent directly, does this voucher waive my right to statutory cash compensation? Watch them freeze. You walk up to the gate. The camera stares at you. The agent says, just look here. It feels mandatory. It is not. As of spring 2026, TSA expanded touchless ID to 65 airports, but they forgot to tell you that 99% of people can still opt out. You have the legal right to say, I am opting out, and use your physical ID. The fix: don't build their database for free. Keep your biometric data off the server. Opt out. You ask for a fragile sticker to keep your bag safe. Baggage handlers have admitted to me, this sticker is a target. In the pit, a fragile bag breaks the flow. It requires special stacking. When a handler is rushing 50 bags a minute, your high-maintenance sticker often gets your bag buried at the bottom of the stack out of spite. Don't use a sticker. Use a polycarbonate hard shell that can take the hit. This is the specific 2026 trap. London Heathrow dropped the 100 ml liquid rule. You buy a giant bottle of whiskey there, then you connect in Rome. Guess what? Rome didn't drop the rule. Security confiscates your $200 bottle because the new scanners aren't universal yet. The liquid freedom is a lie. Do not buy duty-free liquids until your final leg. You see a USB port on the seatback screen. You plug in. You just made a mistake. USB ports transfer data and power. We are seeing juice jacking attacks where the seatback entertainment system itself, or a modified kiosk, siphons data from your phone the moment it handshakes. Use the power brick and the wall outlet. It creates a physical firewall between you and the plane. You kept the airline apple for a snack later. Big mistake. U.S. Customs recently updated their zero-tolerance agriculture policy. An undeclared apple in your bag is a biosecurity violation. The fine is no longer a warning. It is instant. $500 to $1,000. And you lose your global entry status instantly. Leave the food on the plane. The booth says 0% commission. That is technically true, but look at the rate. The real exchange rate is 1.10. They are selling it to you at 1.25. They hid the fee in the spread. You are paying a 15% idiot tax just for convenience. Walk past the booth. Use a bank ATM in the city. The agent says the flight is full. They are lying, or rather they are lazy. 10 minutes before departure, crew rest seats and blocked elite seats are often released back into the inventory. Once you board, open the airline app, refresh the seat map. If you see a go seat, open up an economy plus, just move. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Finally, the lost bag payout. They will offer you $50 for essentials. Reject it. As of December 28th, the Montreal Convention liability limit was raised. They now owe you up to 1,519 SDRs. That is roughly $2,000 USD for your reasonable expenses. Buy the nice suit. Keep the receipt. Quote, Montreal Convention Article 22, and watch them cut the check. Montreal Convention Article 22. Now that you know the surface-level tricks, let me explain the psychology. Airlines spent billions studying human behavior. They know exactly how to push your buttons. Take the gate lice alarm. It's not about orderly boarding. It's about public shaming. That beep when you scan early, everyone turns to look. You feel embarrassed. Next time you follow the rules perfectly, but following their rules costs you money. Think about the meal voucher trap. They're banking on your hunger. 4 hours into a delay, you're starving. That $15 voucher looks like salvation. You click accept without reading anything. Congratulations. You just saved them 635s. The face scan? They make it seem routine, like checking your ID. But you're training their AI, building their database, for free. Every face they scan improves their facial recognition accuracy by 0.001%. Multiply that by millions of passengers. You're not a customer. You're unpaid labor. Here's what nobody talks about. Airlines operate in a legal gray zone. International flights cross jurisdictions. Different countries, different rules. They exploit every gap. That Montreal Convention I mentioned, most people have never heard of it. Airlines count on that. They offer you peanuts, hoping you don't know your rights. Same with EU 261 compensation. Delayed in Europe? You could be owed 600 euros, but they'll offer you a coffee voucher instead. And 90% of people take it. Why? Because we're tired. We just want to get home. They know this. Think airlines work alone? Think again. Airports are complicit. Those currency exchange booths, airports take a cut of that 15% spread. The more you lose, the more they make. Credit card companies are in on it too. That free priority pass lounge access, read the fine print. Blackout dates, guest fees, restrictions that make it nearly useless. Even the TSA plays along. Pre-check isn't about security, it's about data collection. They know more about your travel patterns than you do. So how do you beat them? Simple. Know the game. First, timing is everything. Book flights for Tuesday or Wednesday. Less crowded, less chaos, less chance for tricks. Second, pack like a minimalist. One bag, hard shell, no stickers, no logos, blend in. Third, never accept the first offer delayed, demand cash, not vouchers, bumped. Know your rights, lost bag, quote, regulations. Fourth, use technology against them. Flight trackers, seat maps, airport apps. They rely on information asymmetry. Level the playing field. Fifth, be forgettable. The passenger who stands out gets targeted. Dress normal. Act normal. Save the confrontation for when it counts. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Airlines are testing. Biometric boarding, no opt-out. Dynamic pricing. Prices change based on your browsing history. Social credit scoring. Your Instagram affects your upgrade chances. Predictive delays. They'll delay flights they predict you'll miss. But here's the thing. Every system has weaknesses. Every algorithm has blind spots. Every policy has loopholes. The question is, will you find them first or will they find you? Screenshot this. Save it. study it. Because knowledge is your only weapon in the airport wars. Next time you fly, you'll see it all differently. The crowds at the gate, the random security checks, the helpful gate agent offering vouchers. You'll see the matrix, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. But that's the point. They profit from ignorance, from compliance, from exhaustion. Not anymore. Not you. You know their secrets. You know their games. You know their weaknesses. Now use them. Because in the battle between airlines and passengers, the informed traveler always wins. And that $2,000 they owe you for your lost bag, that's just the beginning. Welcome to the resistance. 8 airport rules are changing in 2026. And even if you fly every single week, at least one of these is going to catch you off guard. That bag you've flown with a dozen times, it might not make it past the gate. Your favorite travel outfit, it could get you denied boarding. And that loyalty program you've been building for years, it might be worth a whole lot less than you think. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's changing, how to prepare for each one, and the one phrase that can actually protect you if you ever get stopped at the gate. Let's start with the change that honestly made me the most frustrated. The U.S. Department of Transportation just launched a campaign telling passengers to be nicer. Seriously, they want you to say please and thank you more often. Now look, I am absolutely all for being kind to flight crews and gate agents. These people work incredibly hard, but here's what got under my skin. The government is pointing the finger at passengers for unruly behavior while completely ignoring the fact that seats are shrinking, leg room is disappearing, and customer service has been on a steady decline. So, here's my advice. Yes, be kind to the crew. Always. But if you receive genuinely bad service, don't just rant about it on social media. File an official complaint with the DOT. That actually goes on record. A tweet does not. This one is wild. Delta just banned AI smart glasses, specifically the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, from being worn on their flights. And Spirit Airlines now explicitly bans passengers who are, and I'm quoting here, inadequately clothed. The problem is that nobody can seem to agree on what that actually means. Is a crop top inadequate? What about pajamas? What about athleisure? Here's the thing. Dress codes are being enforced more aggressively, but they're still incredibly vague. So if you ever get stopped at the gate for what you're wearing, here is your magic phrase. Ask the agent, can you show me where that is written in your official policy? 9 times out of 10, they can't. And that question alone can change the entire conversation. Keep it polite, keep it calm, but know your rights. This next one is a real problem. You may have heard the term jetway Jesus. It refers to passengers who fake needing wheelchair assistance just to skip the line and board early. These incidents are up 30%, and they are draining the resources meant for passengers who genuinely need help. To make matters worse, the DOT actually paused new rules that were supposed to penalize airlines for mishandling or breaking wheelchairs. So right now, there's less accountability and more demand than ever. If you or someone you're traveling with needs wheelchair assistance, here's what I'd recommend. Arrive at least 3 hours early and confirm your assistance request 48 hours before your flight. Don't assume it'll just be there. Okay, if you've ever tried to board before your zone was called, listen up. France just introduced fines of up to 20,000 euros for unruly passenger behavior, and that includes standing up too early or crowding the boarding area. Here in the US, American Airlines is rolling out new gate scanners that will literally beep loudly and lock you out if you try to scan your boarding pass before your group is called. Everyone at the gate will know. It is a full-on walk of shame back to the end of the line. So, if you've been in the habit of hovering near the gate, hoping to sneak on early, those days are officially numbered. This is the one that is going to sting the most for frequent flyers. Southwest is ending open seating. Gone. They're also ending bags fly free. Checked bags will now cost between $35 and $45. American Airlines basic economy tickets now earn 0 miles and 0 loyalty points. You read that right, 0. And there are rumors that basic business class is coming, where you pay for a business class seat but get none of the perks. The bottom line is that loyalty programs are being quietly gutted, and if you're not paying attention, you could be earning nothing on flights you're paying full price for. Now here's some actually good news. Delta, United, and Southwest are all rolling out free Wi-Fi. United is even using Starlink. But here's the catch that nobody is talking about. You have to be a signed-up loyalty member to access it. If you're not enrolled in their frequent flyer program, you're paying somewhere between $8 and $25 per flight. The fix is simple. Sign up for every airline's loyalty program before you fly. It's free, it takes 2 minutes, and it saves you money every single time. If you have a priority pass, you've probably already noticed this. Lounges are packed. Some are straight up turning members away at the door. Delta is capping the number of visits you can make per year and raising the spending requirements to even qualify. The era of easy lounge access through credit card perks is rapidly ending. If lounge access matters to you, double-check your card benefits now, because what worked last year might not work next month. And here is the biggest one. If you're planning to travel to the UK or Europe in 2026, there is new paperwork you need to know about. The UK now requires an ETA, which is an electronic travel authorization, and Europe is rolling out ETIS, which has been delayed to late 2026. Here's the scary part. Airlines will deny you boarding at your home airport if you haven't applied and paid online before you show up. This is not something you can sort out at the gate. My recommendation? Apply at least 60 days before your trip and print a physical copy of your approval. Don't rely on your phone battery or airport Wi-Fi for something this important. So, those are the 8 rule changes headed your way. But knowing these rules won't matter much if you make a critical packing mistake that gets your bag flagged or your items tossed at security. I put together a full checklist that covers exactly what to pack and how to pack it, so you never get caught off guard at TSA. I'll leave a link to that down in the description. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us back here for more travel tips and hacks each week. And I will see you in the next video soon. Bye.
Airports are like mini-cities with their own languages, rules, and secrets. Most travelers never realize what's going on behind the scenes. But today, you will. These are 8 airport secrets staff are trained never to talk about. And number 1 might make you think twice before touching anything. You've probably walked past someone at the airport without even realizing they were profiling you. Airports use special experts trained in SPOT, screening passengers by observation techniques. These aren't just TSA agents, they're behavioral analysts, trained to read facial micro-expressions, fidgeting, sweating, lip-licking, and darting eyes. It's like having a human lie detector in the terminal. Let's say someone's calmly checking in, but their hands are shaking, and they keep glancing around. To you, they just look nervous. But to a SPOT agent, that's a flag. They'll ask something simple like, "What's the purpose of your visit?" and observe how you react. If your story doesn't add up or your nonverbal cues are suspicious, you'll be discreetly pulled aside. And here's the twist. They're not just at security. They're in the check-in area, near baggage drop, and at passport control, watching without you noticing. You haven't said a word, but the airport already knows you're stressed. Why? Because many airports now use aggression detection cameras powered by artificial intelligence. These cameras analyze facial heat maps, breathing patterns, and even posture to detect elevated aggression. Imagine walking through a terminal while your image flashes red on a screen, all because you were irritated from a flight delay. And it goes deeper. Some systems flash subliminal images, barely visible cues designed to provoke stress, and then monitor your reaction using infrared sensors. In seconds, the system can flag you for extra screening before you even approach the security line. We're not far from a world where security checks you without ever touching you. Once your bag is checked in, it enters a maze of conveyor belts, scanners, and automated sorters. Here's the truth. No human at the airport is watching it closely after that. Airport staff move your bags from check-in to the plane, but once it's in the system, it's on its own. If the barcode is smudged or the tag has old destination stickers, the wrong scanner might send your luggage to an entirely different airport. That's why bags sometimes arrive late or early. Imagine landing in Paris and your suitcase is already waiting for you in Istanbul. And airport workers? They'll tell you, once it's on the belt, it's no longer their problem. Pro tip, always tear off old tags and never rely solely on bag check stickers. A permanent luggage tag with your info can be a lifesaver. You've seen police dogs at customs, but what you haven't seen are the undercover sniffer dogs operating behind the scenes. Before bags are even loaded, they pass through 5 security layers. And one includes dogs trained to detect trace amounts of explosives or chemicals. But unlike police K9S, these dogs aren't meant to scare you. In fact, they look like regular pets. Golden retrievers, Labradors, even pointers, trained not to bark or intimidate, but to silently alert handlers. They're trained using reward-based methods, and some are so subtle in their alerts that even nearby passengers never notice. Fun fact: a well-trained detection dog can smell a teaspoon of sugar in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's the level of sensitivity we're talking about. Ever wondered who makes your plane meal, or when? Airline meals are cooked in massive airport catering kitchens, and these places never sleep. Meals are often cooked 8 to 10 hours before your flight, sometimes even the night before. These kitchens serve dozens of airlines at once, working around the clock to prep and portion food trays with military-level precision. Here's a weird truth: airline menus are finalized up to a year in advance, especially for international flights. Every ingredient matters, even down to how long it can stay fresh in flight. That's why something as small as an olive made history. American Airlines saved $40,000 by removing 1 olive per salad from business class. Multiply that by millions of meals a year, and you see why every bite counts. You know the air traffic control tower? That's just the tip of the iceberg. There are actually 3 kinds of air traffic controllers: tower, terminal, and en route. And they don't just handle planes in the sky. They direct everything on the ground, from taxiways to lighting. Picture this: 1 controller watching 5 separate monitors, each displaying live flight data, weather updates, and ground traffic. They coordinate with ground crew, pilots, other towers, and even border agents. Every second counts. If they give the wrong command, that could delay not just your flight, but dozens behind you. It's one of the most stressful jobs in the world, and mistakes aren't an option. Most people don't know this, but if you fly into a country with no valid visa, the airline gets fined and must fly you home at their expense. That's why agents at check-in obsess over your travel documents. It's not just protocol, it's financial survival. Let's say you show up for a flight to Canada, but your visa expired last month. The airline still lets you on. They now have to pay for your return flight, hotel stay during processing, and possibly face legal action. So next time the agent triple checks your documents, remember, they're not just being thorough. They're protecting their bottom line. Ever been asked to rub your hands on a small cloth and wonder why? You were just scanned by an explosives trace detector, a machine called an ETD atomizer. Before their shifts, agents load the device with chemical samples of banned substances. The machine then remembers those molecules. Even microscopic residue from touching something suspicious, say fertilizer or fireworks, can trigger an alert. And here's the kicker: even if you washed your hands, the trace can still remain on your skin or clothes. So if you're handling anything that might resemble banned materials, even legally, be prepared for extra screening. So now you know what airport staff don't want you to know, and probably never thought you'd learn. From invisible scanners to behavior profilers, you've just unlocked a side of air travel most people will never see. But here's the real question: which one of these secrets shocked you the most? Was it the facial recognition cameras tracking your stress, the dog sniffing your luggage in silence, or maybe it was the atomizer that knows what's been on your hands? Let us know in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know which secret made you stop and go, "Wait, what?" And hey, if you've got that one friend who's always getting flagged at TSA or swears their bag disappears on purpose, share this video with them. Help them fly smarter. If you learned something new today, give this video a like. It tells the algorithm we're doing something right. And if you want more travel secrets, airport hacks, and behind-the-scenes airline insights like this, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got full videos planned on how to spot airline pricing traps, the truth about duty-free, and even how to get free upgrades without paying a dime. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And now, you fly smarter than 99% of passengers.